So this is the angle grinder that I bought to replace my Makita angle grinder. Having had an accident with it. Nothing wrong with the Makita angle grinder, I had it for many years. It's done loads and loads of work, but I decided to go cordless. And while this is a really good angle grinder, the problem with it is the 4 amp hour batteries that I already had, which is why I bought this, do not last more than about 5 minutes before this runs them down really quickly. Got plenty of power, plenty of cutting power, not a problem with that at all, and the locking spindle, the locking thumb nut here is okay, although you've got to be careful that you don't catch that because it protrudes quite a bit. If you catch that, it undoes quite quickly, which is quite alarming. But other than that, it's been a good unit, and I quite like this toolless guard flippy lever thing, which is really cool. It's quite a heavy unit. For use in a long time, it is a heavy angle grinder, particularly with the battery. But because it keeps running down really quickly, I decided I needed to go back to a corded angle grinder. So a search online and looking at everything, very nearly went back with Makita again, until I saw this. Now the main reason I'm going to do an unboxing video and a quick review is because I've bought a few tools in the past and got them out, plugged them in, and they didn't work. In particular was a welding machine that was just completely dead. Double checked all my plug connections, everything. Treble checked them, everything. Couldn't get it to work. Shipped it back to the company, who then sent me a video of a bloke welding behind the screen and said there was nothing wrong with the welder. Did I want my money back, or did I want to pay for the shipping? I needed the equipment, so I paid for the shipping and got it back fairly swiftly. I believe they sent me a different machine, but I have no video evidence of it, of what went on, and I really wish I'd videoed everything that I'd done in taking the machine out of the box, connecting it, plugging it in, everything, which would have been proof. So this is the next thing I've bought, so let's get this out of the box. This is as it came. I've only cut the tape off this, it only arrived yesterday. So what I've done is I saw this online. You see straight away this box isn't. So this is a twin pack available from Hikoki, which is what used to be Hitachi. I kind of forgotten about Hitachi because of, I mean, they were a really good tool company and they produced some really nice stuff. Proudly designed in Japan. It's obviously not made in Japan anymore. We all know where power tools are made now. So the first thing I'm looking at here, they've got the twin pack at £100. So that's a 2000 watt 9-inch grinder and a 4.5 inch grinder for £100 delivered. So I've kind of gone with it. So the first thing I'm noticing in this box is really not up to the weight of this grinder. It's all just coming open on its own. That's quite a poor box there. Blow it out. Paperwork. And let's get this. Jesus. God, that is a serious bit of kit. Not a very serious box. I was almost, if Makita did the X-Lock system on all their powered tools rather than the cordless tools, that's the future, the X-Lock. This is obviously back to the old traditional spanners, which aren't good. So we've got an Allen key, the traditional style locking up, and quite a substantial spanner. So let's have a look. There are some marks on the front of this grinder here, some little marks. I don't think it's going to affect the grinder. But that is a seriously heavy tool. So this machine's 2000 watts. 2000 watts. And they also do a 2400, 2600 industrial rated 9-inch angle grinder as well, which is really serious stuff. I've only used the 9-inch angle grinder a few times at work and on the local farm here. And the only thing I would say about them is never use them without the handle. So that's quite a bit better than them old screwdriver ones that we used to get. So yeah, I could probably do that with a better tool, I think, but it works fine. I've got a better tool for that. Right. That's quite stiff because of the angle that the metal is set at. Isn't quite the same as that. Size is at about 6 mil. I'm going to go to a better tip, I think, for that. Next one up. Yeah. Still the next one up. Trouble is with these, it's not quite difficult to see the size on them. Right, that's a better job. I think that Allen bolt there would benefit from a washer, so they've probably saved about a penny a unit there. That would definitely benefit from a washer on there. I think I'll put one on there. I haven't actually got a disc, a 9-inch disc to try this with, but that is a serious piece of kit, that. So yeah, there's a lock you push and then up the trigger. And you just push it forward like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that'll take a bit of getting used to. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just a bit of forward pressure on the trigger and up it goes. That's a serious piece of kit, that. I'll get a disc for this and I'll do another review on the tool. Let's get it plugged in and just make sure it works. It definitely says made in China on it, so it's pretty impossible to get a power tool now that's not made in China. This Dewalt is made in Czechoslovakia, so are the batteries. The Dewalt angle grinder's Chinese, my Dewalt sander's Chinese. This old Makita drill, which is my go-to drill, I've had it for 10 years or more. Made in Japan, that won't never happen again. These are made in Germany, the Milwaukees that I've got. Very robust, but not the best tool I've ever had. Well, it works, and it's got a bit of a kick when you start it. I think the main thing with that is that it works. Everything that we need is there. I'll put the handle on. So you don't get a case with these, but I think you can buy them individually with a case if you pay the money. That doesn't fit that. Okay, that's so I'm going to have to make a box to store this in. That's flipping heavy as well. That's a serious bit of kit, that. Put that down. Right place with that with it. Let's have a look at this. The baby one. It's probably the one I'm going to use the most, I think. Slightly better box. This is a much better box. The box suits the product. Paperwork, read all that later. Probably a warranty, hopefully. Yeah, this is definitely better packaged. The spanner and the machine. That's a much better packaged product, that. that's quite comfortable and quite light. That I've never ever used a handle on a 4.5 inch angle grinder. Never used them. That's the conventional switch that we all know. You can switch it on or lock it on and just knock it to lock it off. That's not a problem. Spindle lock there. Bit on my thumb. As I say, if you haven't seen the Makita X-Lock system, I would check it out, because that's the future. It really is. Actually locking, I wonder if they're the same size actually. Yeah, they're exactly the same spacing, but the 9-inch ones are much beefier nut. But at least I know I actually only need the one spanner. And I'm just going to check my that's my old Makita one. That also fits. And that's the one off my... that doesn't fit. I need to keep that. That's off my old Makita, and that actually fits as well, so I'll hang on to them. We're back to the old little screwdriver on there. So you've got to put that on where the gap is, and then rotate it, put the screw in. Yeah, back to the old little screw. Screwdriver. I have seen people on YouTube using angle grinders without a guard in place, and God only knows why you would think of doing that. I really don't know. It's something I would recommend. Using an angle grinder without the guard on, if you slip with it, or the tool slips, your hand slips down there, you're going straight to accident and emergency, and you're going to be in a very, very bad position. That's off the other angle grinder. Nearly. Where I want it. So that's back to the old school style. But what we've paid, that's a nice little grinder. That. Let's get a little hand in a disc. A lot of these discs I've got are is that a 4-inch? Yeah. Some of the discs are 5-inch, which is for the Makita. Tighten that keyless, that should be fine. This unwrapped. So say the main purpose of the video is to prove that when you bought the tool it didn't run. It's quite noisy actually. It's a bit of a till it's a brush motor, because I can smell the new brushes getting going. But I think that'll be fine. I think that's going to be my go-to grinding machine now. That is really nice to hold. Everything, it's nice on my hand. It's light, very controllable. It's nice and short. How much wire do we get? The power cord length is actually pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. So there we are. The Hikoki twin pack 4.5 inch and the 9-inch 2000 watt. What's this? 700 or 600 watt. That's enough. I'm well chuffed with that. Do a lot more work with that, I think. I think it'll get used more than this. I think this is okay as an occasional tool, just to cut something off quickly. Here's a flapper disc on it. If you're sanding with it with a flapper disc, it's not too bad. You do have the option on these. You can put an Allen key in there, and you can undo that if it's tightened itself up or you want it really tight. As I say, when you're grinding particularly, you've got to be careful that you don't catch that, because that's going that way, and if that catches straight away, that undoes very, very quickly on you, and it's extremely alarming if you've got a heavy grinding disc like that. But, and it's got that like a compression washer there that compresses up, so it always goes on the same way. It's not bad, but I'm glad I didn't really pay any more than what I did for it, because of the amount of battery power that it actually takes. It may be better with the 5 amp hour batteries, but I'm not going to go out buying a whole new set of batteries when I've already got that. That'll do as an occasional. I'm really pleased with that set of angle grinder. I'm going to have to make a storage box for them both to go in. That one's probably going to live on my rack over there, but I think I'll make a box for the 9-inch. I can certainly do some serious cutting with the 9-inch angle grinder. That'll be a baby. Right. So just in addition to the video, just to recap, when I said about the discs were for the 5-inch discs that I had were for my Makita, they're for the Dewalt. This is a 5-inch angle grinder, 125mm, and I went for that because, well, it just gives you a bit more depth if you're cutting with a diamond disc, or that's the reason I went for that. I just thought it might be better. However, downside to that is obtaining 5-inch discs is not easy. The other thing I've just noticed about the two Hikoki angle grinders is the 9-inch has quite a nice rubber, like a rubbery power cord. Sorry, I'm holding the camera freehand here, and it's a good length as well, but it is that nice rubbery heavy duty stuff, which I really like. The little angle grinder has got that PVC cable, which is really annoying, especially in the cold weather. It just doesn't, yeah, a nice rubbery cable on there would be fantastic. They put it on the bigger machine. I don't know why they can't put it on there. That's awful hard PVC. That probably fine in a warm country, but not in England, not where I am. So that's another little point. Yeah, there's plenty of power cable there. It may soften up in time, but yeah, it's a bit plasticky, that. Anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm back again. Another little point I'd like to make on these Hikoki grinders is that they have actually come with a UK 3-pin plug, and a lot of power tools now you buy, they come with the European 2-pin plug and an adapter. But these have actually come with a UK 3-pin plug. It's a completely sealed plug to stop people messing about with them. Although I think we can all wire a plug up. I very, very much doubt there is an earth wire connected to the earth pin on either of them. But they're a pre-moulded plug, so I'll leave them on for now until the warranty expires, and I'll probably change them for man, they're quite rubbery. They're quite soft. They're quite rubbery, but yeah, they'll probably get broken or bent. I may change the plugs for a better quality and see if there's an earth lead in there. There may well be on this one. It's quite a thick cable, that, but without cutting the plug off, we're not going to find out. I very much doubt there is on that thin little cable. No earth. I don't know why other countries don't earth stuff. They all go on this double insulation thing. But if it's earthed to your RCD in your consumer unit, and any fault, anything, the breaker will trip if it's earthed. But yeah, anyway, that's that.